Watching Inside Out is definitely one of the most fun things to do.
Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
But have you ever, while watching Riley and her emotions or seeing clips of the animation on YouTube, thought, what would these characters look like if they existed in real life?
Boy, are we so lucky we ran into you guys!
Today, your curiosity will be satisfied because we've gathered how each of these incredible movie characters would look like in the real world. So get ready, tune in, and dive into this journey with us as another Cinewave starts now. Without a doubt, if there is one character we all struggled to imagine in real life when we saw the trailer for the movie Inside Out 2, it was Anxiety. That's because her design is, well, a bit peculiar. But surprisingly, we can say that in real life, she looks way better than we could have imagined. Some cosplayers, like @RickyWeasel, created an incredible version of Riley's new emotion, who turned out to be the villain of the movie. All the details, including the sweater and pants, bear a strong resemblance to the orange emotion. We also have @DinkyDarling's version, which is really cool, with bigger and spikier hair that perfectly captures Anxiety's style when she enters the emotion control room. But surely the most bizarre, and therefore the closest to the character, is @MayaMystic's version, where she styled her hair to look almost identical to the emotion that can never seem to calm down or stay quiet. Additionally, she used green lenses to make her eyes resemble the emotion that almost destroyed Riley's mind. Besides these amazing professional cosplayers, we also have a few teenage versions of Anxiety, showing how she might look if she went to the same high school as Riley. And here are some images of Anxiety if she were more humanized, like a Disney princess or a Pixar character from a different movie. After seeing all this, I definitely started seeing Anxiety in a whole new light. If I was surprised by all these versions of Anxiety, I was even more shocked by the amazing teenage versions of Embarrassment. These teenage embarrassments look simply incredible. It even helps explain why Sadness had an instant crush on him. Besides this teenage embarrassment, there are a few cosplays of the character showing him as a guy in a pink hoodie with his face hidden and his nose sticking out, like this one made by @WatchMeOff. We also have this funnier version by @BlackQueenMars, who perfectly mimics when Embarrassment pulls the hoodie strings and hides from Joy after touching her hand. The imitation is so well done that you can almost see the plumber's crack, just like in the movie. Without a doubt, one of the most relatable characters from Inside Out that we can easily find in real life is Disgust. After all, she's super cool and at the same time, hilarious. For example, here's a version of the character holding the food that inspired her, and of course, the one she's most disgusted by. In addition to this, we have several other versions of the character showing her typical face of disgust and disdain, just like we see her doing many times in Riley's movies. Of course, it wouldn't be as fun if we didn't include the younger and teenage versions of Disgust in our list, like this girl who did an amazing cosplay of the green emotion, wearing an identical outfit to the character, complete with a pink scarf around her neck, a belt with the letter D, and of course, her pink flats, just like the emotion herself. We also have these other girls who dressed up with Disgust's iconic green and pink outfits, which turned out really cool and highlighted those colors. They would be perfect for trick-or-treating on Halloween, don't you think? If there's one person who loves showing how Joy would look in real life, it's Christina Horner. On her website, we can see several moments where she perfectly dressed up as the leader of Riley's emotion control room. She even recreated the scene with a friend where Joy is dragging Sadness to try to return to the emotional control center. Besides Christina, there are hundreds of Joy fans who create amazing cosplays around the world, each one better than the last. For example, check out these photos taken by Luis Guzman that turned out beautifully, almost perfectly, with Joy holding one of Riley's happy memories. And we can't forget to see the best kids dressed up as Joy, so we can imagine what the lead emotion would look like if she were just an adorable little girl in a yellow dress with blue hair. Speaking of cuteness, even though this is not a very pleasant emotion to have, everyone unanimously agrees that Envy is definitely the cutest of all the old and new emotions. With all the cuteness in the movie, of course, the real-life version of the character would have to be just as adorable. Can you imagine running into a little girl like this at the park or school? I would definitely stop and ask for a photo if her parents allowed it. Honestly, Envy is even cuter in real life than in the animation. How is that even possible? And besides this version, we've got the best Envy cosplayers, and as you can see, they even nailed her skin tone, perfectly matching the smallest emotion inside Riley's mind. Another new emotion that has some awesome real-life versions is Ennui. We can see that some professional cosplayers have nailed the look and are identical to the laziest emotion of all, who's always on her phone. But beyond these cool versions of the purple emotion, we've also gathered how Ennui would look if she were a modern-day teenager. Check out this version. You can even tell that the image shows her wearing purple pajamas, just like the Ennui from Inside Out 2. Honestly, this version of Ennui turned out great. If you missed Bing Bong and Inside Out 2, I totally get how you feel. And to help with that longing, what better way than to see how Riley's imaginary friend would look if he existed in the real world? Take, for example, this really cool version created by these fans of Inside Out, just like you and me. They've nailed all the characters' accessories. Bing Bong is part pink elephant, part dolphin, part raccoon, and part cotton candy. They've got the hat, the colorful flower, and the brown jacket. Plus, they're almost completely pink. But hands down, the best version of Riley's first imaginary friend has to be this adorable little girl dressed in an awesome Bing Bong costume, holding a toy of the character. She's so huggable, I just want to take a picture with her. She's even got Bing Bong's tail. So cool. Just like joy, one of the most beloved emotions from Inside Out is sadness, which makes sense since the two of them, alongside Riley, are the main characters of the first movie. And these fan-made versions of sadness by Disney Pixar enthusiasts are simply amazing. The blue skin and hair match the emotion perfectly, not to mention the glasses, which are one of the key features of this short, cute character. And this one, where an Inside Out fan is holding one of Riley's memories, is absolutely spectacular. But my all-time favorites are definitely the kid versions of sadness. Seriously, sadness is super cute, but seeing these just takes it to another level. Of course, anger has his own loyal fan base too, because who doesn't blow up from time to time, right? That's why many fans have managed to show how the little red emotion would look if he existed in real life, and if he were human-sized. Since it's pretty tough to recreate the flames on his head, many fans of the character dress just like him but wear helmets with Anger's face instead. Others paint themselves red and end up looking a lot like the fiery character from the movie. But one guy went above and beyond, really capturing Anger's spirit by even adding flames to his head. Even kids love dressing up as Anger from time to time, which looks super cool. Sometimes I wish I could go back in time just to dress up as Anger again. And what about these two little boys dressed up as Anger and Fear? It's amazing! Let's just hope Anger doesn't bully Fear like he does in the movie. Fear also has some super cool fan versions where they really look like they're scared of everything. And these kids dressed as Fear? They look perfect, even without the face paint. You can tell that they even got all the details of the costume just right. But if there's anyone who really exists in real life and is in Inside Out, it's Riley. That's because the character was completely inspired by the director's daughter, Elizabeth Doctor, and they really do look alike. Just like Riley, Elizabeth has grown up a bit since the first movie, so we can imagine what Riley will look like in the future. Still, they look so much alike. We've picked out two really good videos for you to check out now that this one's over, and I've got to say, they're both awesome. If I were you, I'd definitely watch them both. See you next time, and thanks for watching!